Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with another Bionicle set review. Today we have 8742 Visorak Vohtarak. This is a Bionicle figure from 2005, 48 pieces, and ages 7 up. Retailed originally for $9. And sometimes you can find these, I just looked on the website, for Brickset. These are listed on eBay even for $1. That's a pretty good deal. Just for one of these. If you wanted to get a whole collection of them, you could probably get them close to $50, which is actually good because considering the original price, you're pretty much getting one without paying for it. You know what I mean? So, let's take a closer look at this set now, starting with the package. This is actually the only Visorak that I own, so you won't see any other Visorak set reviews for right now, if there are any in the future. Now, what we see on here, we get a lot of webbing in the background. We get the main figure put out front. The little content details are on the sides. On the bottom, it shows you a spinner function, which we'll get into shortly. The Kanoka Club code on the back is V01 and whatever it says on the spinners. I'm not exactly sure what the ones were from this set, and when I tried to find the spinners for the review, I couldn't find the exact spinner that had the inscription of, the code on the side of it. So I do apologize for that part of the review. It also shows you on the back some of the other features of this model and trying to fold it back into the canister. Now, it's already folded in the canister and actually taken apart a couple times. But what I like on the top of it, you can see up here, they have some of the Rotuka spinners included with the set. They are only 2 of them, which allows you to play with it for more than one time at a time. That way you don't have to just find the one. Let's twist this off. Underneath here, it has a capability for holding up to 6 Rotuka spinners. Or discs. I'm not exactly sure if it's a disc. But you just clamp on these sides, opens this top part up, and you take out your spinners. Now, neither of these, they are exactly the same, so I can't really show you any codes on them, like I said before. And we'll just put this piece back on, and take out our model. Now, let me just build it real quick, and then we'll get to the review. Here is our completely assembled Visorak Vohtarak. Now, the Visorak are spider-like creatures. They are villains, and they are from the time when Metru Nui was taken over by Sidorak, their leader. Sidorak is not actually a Visorak like these, but he does command them, and also uses a Rotuka spinner. As far as the Visorak, there are all different types. Usually 6 types, all of different colors, and even different leg sizes. The head on them is shaped differently, as well as their claws. Very interesting creatures. They do spit venom, and they also, they could use their claws, or they could use the Rotuka spinners to, inflict venom onto their foes. So what's interesting about this one, we see that he's red. We see a lot of dots. This one's very dotted. So, dot codes? I don't know. All across the body of the figure, you can see that kind of dot pattern to recognize it. And it's very sharp looking. I like the design of this one. Probably why I got it compared to other ones. Now, as I turn him around, we'll get to see a little bit of the inside of him. That's how it's assembled in there, and you can see there's a rubber band. The rubber band isn't exactly the same as in the set. It is actually a yellow one, so I do apologize for that. But it was very hard to find at the time of building this figure. And this just kind of sits on top for now. We'll show you more about that later. There's a look at some of the legs. These are different depending on which Visorak that you get. And there would be multiple Vohtaraks in the Bionicle universe. Just like Vaki and other types of villain creatures, these are in multiples. So they have very opposable legs. You can see that they have ball joints on each segment, so you could have the legs extended pretty far out. Not much on the front though. The front ones actually bother me because they do tend to hit the body most times, and they don't have too wide of a range for posing. I mean, I mainly find it posing like that in the front. The back ones provide a little bit more support, but I feel like they're too long, or at least maybe make these seem a little bit longer in comparison with the ones in the back. So we have a couple features. First one is that you can clamp down on the body. As you saw before, we had these little pieces pretty much connected on moving hinges. There is a pin in the middle of this that will press in between the claws and make them snap. They don't always shut entirely, but it's still a cool effect. We also have a Rotuka spinner on the top, and you saw before how that was attached on the inside. 2 pieces for the gray and the yellow. Now each of these can fit right on top of here. And according to the commercials, we're supposed to go 50 feet. And even on the package it said that, but I'm not really sure if it does that. And I don't have 50 feet or 15 meters, it also says, of space to demonstrate that and see if it works well. But I will still show it for how it flies around. You simply just pull back on this as fast as you can, like today's Speed Horse, and you just let it fly. It usually flies well, so let's see how it goes. Well, that was a letdown. Didn't even leave the area. Let me try that. There we go. That was very nice. I know it's hard to see on frame because, well, it flew out of frame. But if you give it a little bit of back and forth movement just to get it ready, it will release from here. But it's also nice that it stays in place. Let me see if I can try to hit it against the back wall. So just doing one yank isn't good enough. Just give it a little back and forth. Wow. That was cool. And so cool that it got lost in a bin. Let's try the second one out, which is the same. And this is a feature that is relative to all of the Visorak, as well as the clamping jaws. And it is also similar to the Toa Hordika and most other figures from this year. I dropped that by accident. Silly me. So nice little play feature. I like the idea of the spinners. And they usually work well, especially when you have an open area so you can see it flying all around. I've seen it fly maybe up to 6 feet in the air, maybe 7 feet, if you give it a good tug, and if you have, again, ample space. I also like the clawing, function on these Visorak. Unfortunately, I only have the one, so I can't show you any others. And I know that this has a combo with another Visorak, the black one. The combo I saw in the instructions, but it's not really that impressive. It's hard to use it, to the best of the ability when it comes to these Visorak. I mean, if you look at it from the instructions, you'll be surprised. But I won't talk about that because we're just talking about this figure, which is pretty cool looking. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will see you next time with more LEGO set reviews. Chomp, 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 chomp!